What is up? Welcome back to yet another one. We have great news. We love it when France is suffering. We celebrate when France suffers because they celebrated in our downfall. They celebrated in our suffering.
They took from us. They stole. They robbed. They did a lot of things.
And
They are
suffering.
still doing. Yeah. They are still doing in most of the African countries what we call the francophone.
Mm-hmm. In 2023, remember when France, with their ego, they decided to pull out their airline, Air France, from the AES countries because they claimed that it's unstable. There's a lot of instability, there's a lot of terrorism that is going on there, and they spread a lot of propaganda against these countries. Just alerting people outside the AES and their citizens not to travel to France. Really reports that made these countries suffer when it came to terrorism and a lot of movement. They make a lot of money through these airlines and the travels.
The biggest idea was to make, because Niger had taken back their sovereignty, and it was supposed to make Niger more suffer more, because when you cancel a whole airline, we are talking about movement of people, movement of cargo, movement of medicine. Of course, these countries have been buying medicine from their colonizers, like any other nation who have their whole life hooked onto these Western colonizers. And so they banned Air France from going to the three countries of the AES, just like Nigeria had banned even trucks moving through Nigeria to Niger.
And at some point, France came back to beg. I remember when he was begging
Burkina Faso
and asking them to reopen for them so that they can bring back their airline. At that point, Traro was buying Air Burkina, reviving the airline, the Burkina Bay airline. And France was seeing that, hey, these guys are really thriving without us. Please open up for us and let us come back to your territories. And they said no. Guess what? Right now, they're still pushing that agenda of begging the AES countries to reopen once again its airline operations. And this is what is happening. French authorities have approached the Alliance of Sahel states to negotiate the resumption of Air France flights. Let us recall that France had unilaterally decided to suspend its flights on August 7, 2023. The AES authorities categorically refused, demanding a justifying report explaining this suspension decided without consultation. You see, the AES at that point was the one begging. They asked for them to give them, clear reasons why they are deciding to do this. Right now, tables are turning. Not that France was earning nearly 500 million per day in just one AES country, thanks to Air France, or about 1,500 million for the three countries of the alliance. Another very important point, the National Union of Airline Pilots has called for a strike on November 14 to protest against aviation taxation. SNCF unions have also announced an unlimited strike in December. This unrest adds to the anger of farmers who plan to resume blockades as early as this week. The French economy is collapsing day by day. Unemployment and misery are taking over. And we're here celebrating.
So imagine these guys were making 1.5 billion across the three countries of the AES. Now, they were expecting that they continue taking uranium, they continue taking gold, just like they were doing. But all these were cut off. And we are seeing more countries, like even Senegal itself is calling for much better, policies and relations in regards to mining. We are seeing even Madagascar saying it's enough.
It's because they are seeing these other countries are benefiting what they have to be benefiting. And remember, what was this uranium that they were selling, that they were buying from Niger at a very low price?
0.8 euros.
Yeah, and then selling
at 2. The problem
is,
when they buy at 0.8 euros, you remember the continued Pact of Colonization stated that we will be keeping your money in our reserves. So normally, this was not, if it at all it would be given, France is still the country that prints their money, the safer. So imagine you get 0.8 per kilogram, but you don't get it. And if you get it, it's printed. When you don't get it, it's put in the reserves. When you want to take a loan, you have to pay the interest. So that was the problem. So these guys are like the ex we were talking about in Mali, and like, damn, I messed up. There was 1.5 billion that I was making.
Right now it's zero.
Right now I cannot, and it's in from
1
the
billion 500 million
per day. That is per day, because this is in safer. It's per day. And they are like remembering we used to make that, and that this is the easiest way to make it, just to ask these guys to let us go back.
Imagine.
And once we go back, we'll at least start, because now they are saying that the National Union of Airline Pilots have called for a strike, so now it's affecting the whole airline. So it's crazy.
Also farmers are joining in.
They are? Oh, that's crazy. And this comes just when France was asking all its nationals to leave Mali as quickly as possible. And they were doing this because everybody was saying Mali, Bamako has been surrounded by terrorists. When really, in real sense, the terrorists were just blocking the roads so that they can cut the supply of fuel, which is like blood to our economies. But what did the military of Mali do? They destroyed these people. They decimated them. And now we are seeing Mali. Actually, from yesterday, which was Tuesday, 11th November, they have started a whole new exposition called BAMEX. That is Bamako Military Exposition. And I hear people saying it's very successful. They are showing their weapons. They are showing their military tactics. And you know what? These terrorists will not be playing with Mali again. So now they are French nationals who are supposed to leave and who never left. And maybe they are expecting to use France, Air France. It's gone for you guys.
They can never leave. The French nationals are also living large in these African countries, and there's no way that they can, knowing what is going on in France right now and how Macron has really destroyed that economy. Imagine living, these people live in those lavish estates in our countries, and you're now telling them go back to some shitty apartment that probably doesn't have the supply of electricity and water to do what?
We are talking about, those beach estates where you have your private beach. Those are the places.
And you're telling them to go to downtown France. What's the place called? With Nigerians and Senegalese.
When we talk about, those mountainous areas with beautiful views, rainfall all the time, you grow your own food. If you want meat,
Paradise.
you have it. You have eggs, you have everything. You have energy, constant energy. Maybe you're using solar and you're still depending on the grid. That is the places we are talking about. So if you are out there in the diaspora and you are considering coming back home, you're on the right track. Just save your money, because $1 will take you far, far, far long out here in the motherland. Life is easier, right?
Yeah, brothers and sisters, let us know what you think about this in the comment section down below. Please support us by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. We're seeing a lot of you coming back and saying, oh, I missed you guys. I haven't been receiving your notifications. Please make sure you have the notification bell clicked, because YouTube has been blocking a lot of our videos, and you are the only ones who can support us by making sure that you follow up on our channel. Click that notification bell, subscribe, like the video so that you'll be recommended the next videos. Or support us by buying our merchandise. We have our shop.
Fourth wall. Link is in the description.
Also
and we have Elegant Masai. Link is in the description. ElegantMasai.com is that, that one-stop shop.
African shop.
Yeah. Beautiful decor, winter clothing, winter blankets, those beautiful things you've never seen anywhere else except in the Masai land where we are. And also buy us coffee. We have buymeacoffee.com/African Buzz, like you are seeing on your screen. It's also in the description. And we have a WhatsApp group where we communicate with our brothers and sisters one-on-one. So if you have been missing us, come and ask that in the group. Tell us, we haven't seen your videos for quite some time. And we'll tell you where to find them. So brothers and sisters, thank you. We see you in the next one. Bye-bye.